Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, then hello, I'm Shauna. I'm a new mum. We are, how old are we? 3 months. 3 months last Wednesday. So 3 months and 1 week. If you can hear licking, it's Kobe down here on his lick mat that I've done with his peanut butter. Honestly, this video nearly didn't happen. So I am contemplating just moving fully off of YouTube, honestly brain, off of YouTube and just mainly doing TikTok and Instagram. So make sure you follow them down below just in case. Yes! However, sorry, the mic's right there and I've just slammed right next to it. I naturally watch YouTube over everything else, but I post more on the other things. And I will always watch YouTube, but I just feel like it's a lot quicker to make a TikTok and an Instagram and then trying to do it all, because I'm trying to definitely keep up with them because I get more views and engagement, not a lot still. But I mainly want to try and keep up the algorithm on that so I don't lose it. But then on YouTube I don't really get that many views, or nothing's really going up. But then it's like, why don't you just give yourself until maternity leave is over? So I don't know. If you're watching this, let me know in the comments down below. Do you watch TikToks and Instagrams as much as you do YouTube? Or are you more of just a YouTube watcher like I kind of am? Anyway, the house is a mess. I've been on my own for the past 5-6 days. Don't worry, me and Tom have not broken up, even though I'm not wearing my engagement ring. But he is just working down south and we are the Midlands, for those that don't know. So yes, trying to self-care myself and sort Kobe and Paisley, see people like friends and family, keep on top of the kitchen and that. It's a kitchen cleaning and, well, it's house cleaning kind of day tonight/tomorrow day, because Tom comes back tomorrow night, which I'm very excited about. We are, aren't we? But I wanted to kind of document for myself so I can look back on it if I have another baby, or if anyone wants any advice. Also, new mums or mums in general, do you just always sway? I sway a lot anyway doing presentations, so maybe I'm in presentation mode, I don't know. Yes! But yeah, I find that I naturally sway. Cleaning my teeth, naturally sway. I don't know whether that's because I did it as a soothing mechanism when I was pregnant. I do it when I'm holding Paisley, my daughter. But anyway, should we get in with it very quickly? Because I feel like you're not going to be sat there for very long, are you? Because you don't like to be put down. And before anyone comes for me and says, just leave her to it, no, I want to be there for it if she wants me to pick her up, because I'm not going to be in the same room forever. So right now, that's what she needs, that's what she gets. It's not being spoiled, is it? No. So today's video is basically I had this in my mind. Woo! 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 So today's video is basically my favourites for the first stages of motherhood. So more for the babies though, but then I'm going to add in the motherhood bits as well. I did do a TikTok on this. However, I've only done baby stuff for the TikTok. Whereas on this video exclusively, I'm going to do just some things that helped me out as a mum. There's no order to this, is there? So I'm going to show you, there's 2 things in there next to Paisley, or Paisley's on one of them. Yes, you are. But like I say, it's a mess back there, so I might just record that a little bit later, I don't know, and just put my voice to it. Who knows at this point? But right now, what I can show you is a baby monitor. Yes! So the other one's already upstairs. I'll leave the other one upstairs in the room for when I put Paisley down for a nap or anything. Or if I wake up before her, or she goes back to bed in the morning, which usually happens, and then I end up staying up. And this one stays downstairs. It's got a wire to charge it, but you basically can just hear if she's awake or anything. So when I'm downstairs or in the bath and I'm on my own, or Tom's in a deep sleep, yes, then yeah, I can just relax downstairs or wherever I am in the bath. And as soon as she obviously cries or anything like that, I can decide, okay, Let's go. Mum mode back on. Let's go get her. So that's item 1. This one is a muslin, which I feel like we all have muslins. However, these ones are the long ones as well. I do have the small ones, but I have a couple of these long ones, and I think it's just really good for when you don't want your outfit to get messy, which all of my outfits do, because I don't use these a lot. But when I'm going to go out or when I've just put clean clothes on, I really do try to keep these on so that you only mess on these. And it works, doesn't it? Yay! Yay, Kobe! I really have to try and keep Kobe as involved as possible. Okay, so that's the muslin. We've also got the baby changing station. Now, I did a whole video on this, which I'll link down below, when I was organising it before she was even here. So I'll just link that down below. It's literally just a changing station, so changing mat and a surface on top, and then 3 drawers with different compartments, which again, the compartments are shown in detail on the video that I'll link down below. And then we've got some Aldi nappies. Now, if you saw my TikTok where we did a nighttime routine, I think, I did not recommend the Aldi nappies. Now, the reason I didn't recommend them is because she was weeing through them, so I thought it's because they're cheap. No, no, no. It's because I was putting them on all wrong. Wasn't I? I was putting them on all wrong, and I'm going to have to come and pick you up, aren't I? Basically, she was in the wrong size, so we've upped the size to size 3 rather than 2. Yes, we have. And you have to pull the flaps out. Simple as that. I might be the only person that didn't know that, but I'm being honest, I didn't know that. So, Aldi nappies. We've also got, actually, whilst we're on Aldi baby food. Now, I've tried different baby foods. I've breastfed as well. And the Aldi one is like £6, and she gets on with it really well. And there was one that I was getting that began with A, like a milk or something, and that was like £11, £12. But she wasn't really, she was okay on it, but she wasn't thriving on it, let's say. Yes, on Amazon, I'll link down below because I want to get some more anyway. But I got like 18 packs of these wipes, and I've still not had to buy any more. So we're down to our last few packs here. I'm going to get some more because it's worth it for the money. I'll link that down below. This food sterilizer. So you just put your bottles in. It fits 4 bottles in. Put some water in. Put it in the microwave. And Bob's your uncle, Tommy Tippy. My mum got me that. So yes, if you're lucky enough to have somebody buy certain things for you, which we was lucky enough to have loads of people buy things for us, and we didn't expect it, didn't ask for it, but it happened. So yeah, worked even better. Yes, it did, because you're very loved, just like you, Kobe. Okay, so we've got Infocall. This was good for the first, I think it was 2 weeks. 2 weeks or 3 weeks of you being born, because she had a lot of trapped wind, and my mum bought gripe water. Yes, I don't know if you can hear any of this, but she's too cute anyway. My mum said grandma bought some gripe water, but it does say don't use before she's 2 weeks old or something like that on the back. So I got this from the chemist. I did, and it helped. You just pull it in her mouth directly. It's orange flavour. And yeah, before you do a feed, before every feed. We've still got some left. I saved it specifically for this video and the TikTok, so I can chuck it in the bin now because it's been open for 3 months. We've only used it for the first 2 weeks. Gripe water, I'm going to put a video clip now because it's upstairs, because well, I don't know, I just took it up there last night. Look at me. I took it up there last night because I thought she might have some trap wind, but we didn't have to use it anyway. I just ended up putting it a bit on a dummy. So gripe water's upstairs. Calpol, that's upstairs. I don't really need to show you what Calpol looks like, but yeah, the Calpol, since 2 months when she had her vaccines, I've had Calpol. I've only given them her for her vaccines actually, so I gave her yes, I gave her some a month ago because she had her first lot of vaccines then. I gave her a little bit the night before her recent vaccines, which was a few days ago, because Sounds funny, but I thought she was teething. I don't think she is. But I gave her because she seemed very, very like in a little bit of pain, irritation. And then obviously I gave her a little bit around before and after her vaccines. Her second lot of vaccines. You've got another lot in 4 weeks. Oh no! Oh, oh she's so cute. Yeah, so she's got another lot of injections and vaccines in 4 weeks' time. So the Calpol will come in handy then. Anything else in terms of baby? So we've got 2 apparatus sort of things. She's on one, the other one's there. But like I say, the living room's a mess. So I'm going to talk about them and then I will put the clips in tomorrow when it's all tidy. But the one that she's on now, it is a bouncer. She's been in this since probably the first week or second week that we've had her. She's growing out of it now, I must admit. But yeah, she's loved hitting the carrot when she first had it. She acknowledges the bear now, but she doesn't really look at the carrot, but she just somehow finds it easier to hit that. I don't know. It did play music, but we've run out of batteries, but we're not going to have her in it much longer, so she's all right. It vibrates. She used to love the vibration. It helped her to sleep. Maybe I do need it. So, do you know what? Even in my video where I spoke about the birth, she's in it then, and I'm sure you can hear her and you can hear the music as well. But yeah, it plays music, white noise, vibrations. What else does it do? Is that it? I think that's it. That is from, I don't know. If I know, I will pop it down below. And then the other item, she does on her back, and she does a bit of tummy time on as well, just because I got creative. Didn't I? But it's one of those. It was actually an ad that Tom's mum saw on Facebook, and she bought it for her. But it's one of those where, ideally, she lays on her back and she kicks her legs, and it's like a piano. It plays music basically, and it's got like rattles and stuff above her as well, and she can like hit them and stuff. But I sometimes lay her on her front, so she can look up at the where her feet would normally be, because it helps her to put her back up. Yes, it does, but also the colours are there, so it's more sensory. So I'll show you them too, maybe tomorrow when the house is clean and I can edit the video after. Is there anything else? Look how big she's got, guys. Little Beasley, is that you? Where was I? Oh yeah, disinfectant. So we always had it near in the car and in the bathroom and upstairs, but now we literally have it everywhere. I have it on the baby changing station, the baby changing bag. We have some by the sink as well, even though we can wash our hands by the sink. Front door, like we're not like we don't tell people to use it, but like I mean, I personally myself like to use it as well as washing my hands. Tom just likes to use the disinfectant, unless it's obviously done something that needs to wash his hands for. But yeah, disinfectant. Also, can I just say about the baby changing station? You'll obviously see the video if you're more interested in it. However, it's just really convenient either way, but it's definitely convenient if you have a C-section. I had an emergency C-section. It didn't feel positive at the time, but looking back, it was positive because it went smoothly, it went fine. It just wasn't planned, and I feel like it was forced on me a little bit. But yeah, even though I didn't plan to have a C-section, on reflection, it really did help with the C-section because I can't really lift your baby. I mean, you can, but you're not meant to do it a lot. I was doing it a lot, to be fair. But yeah, it's like it's your height, so I could stay stood rather than having to be hovered over. And she was just there, and I could just change her and then pick her up, take her to her bouncer, or take her to a Moses basket, or sit her down on my knee, or whatever. But it was just really convenient and ideal that I could stand and change her basically. What else? I feel like this video is so chaotic, but I think that's my life right now. Okay, so I think we've done for all of the baby stuff. An obvious one. Well, no, because some people don't choose to use them. I was going to try not to encourage it, even though we have them. But now it's just it soothes her as well as me soothing her, and I'd rather it be a dummy than her hand, really, just personal preferences. Where is when she's not got the dummy and like at times when she's getting tired or anything, she puts her hand in her mouth, and I just think, well, if you don't send them to school with a dummy in the bag, you know, they're probably not going to put it in the mouth or anything. Whereas you can't take the hand off of them. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see when we get older. Again, if I'm not on YouTube by then, follow my TikTok and Instagram because I'll probably be asking for help and advice at that point. So the angle might have changed because we had to pause for a feed, and now Paisley is trying to get to sleep. So I am trying to talk a little bit more softly, and this goes to prove that the dummy does help. The food and the dummy helps at this time, just to help her kind of drift off to a bit of a deeper sleep. That's what I find, that's my personal opinion. Everybody is different. I feel like it's 50-50 with people. But yes, so I've spoken about baby things. Now, before I conclude this video, I want to talk about a few things postpartum that really helped with me, especially in the early weeks. So we are going to start off with, I just don't want to disrupt Paisley Parker. So these are boob pads, nipple pads, breast pads, there we go. Now I didn't plan on actually breastfeeding, however I did speak to my midwife about being open-minded about potentially breastfeeding and, you know, not being closed-minded to it, and potentially liking the idea of doing a morning feed through the breast and then the rest of the day bottle formula, so it's easier for if she's with someone else or if we're out and about, or, you know, if it's not me that needs to feed her, etc. But in the hospital, well, before going to hospital, when I was packing my hospital bag, everyone was saying, you know, even if you don't breastfeed at all, your boobs still leak and everything like that. So you still need to get some nursing bras and whatnot. So I bought some nursing bras off of Amazon. Again, I'll try and find them. But they came with loads of breast pads. I never had to buy any more, only because I didn't breastfeed for long. So in the hospital, I actually fully breastfed. Nurses was complimenting me. Yeah, I felt like a natural. I felt like we were a good team, me and Paisley. We was. Oh dear. And then I hope. And then, okay, the angle may have changed again because I had a storage notification pop up. Another thing with YouTube and creating videos for YouTube, it just, I have no storage, and yeah, so it affects the creative flow. But it's not just that, that's not the only thing that ruins the creative flow at the minute, because it's just life at the minute. I come last, and this YouTube channel is for my creative outlet. Don't get me wrong, there's other ways I am creative. I dance to Paisley and Kobe all the time. Yeah, anyway. So with the breastfeeding, yeah, I just ended up getting formula, having formula as a backup, trying to put her on the nipple, but also trying to express, and I had a breast pump as well. I ended up buying a breast pump. But then at that point, when I did buy a breast pump and figure it out, I wasn't producing as much milk. So then I was trying to produce more milk and kind of, you know, get the supply back, which is possible, but it just felt like a full-time job. And the chaos, honestly. I've had to stop my filming for storage again. It's going to go in a minute, but I just had to document this. How does she not wake up through his barks? Honestly, because they go through me. I don't even know what he's barking at. No one's here. No one is here. So because of storage purposes and everything like that, I don't know where I stopped on that tangent. It was definitely a tangent, but yes, nipple pads or breast pads. They came with nursing bras from Amazon. I'll link them down below. Then I also had, which I don't have anymore, disposable nappies, and I didn't have as many as I initially wanted, so I brought more. I think I brought like 2 weeks worth in the end. And then I went to and throughout the day as well, not always wearing disposable nappies, but adult nappies, that is. But then I got big pads. I would have preferred bigger pads, but these was the only ones that they sold from the shop down the road, and it was just a lot more convenient because when I asked Tom to buy them for me, he bought these. Now, he bought them when they wasn't big enough. Men. However, now I am actually on my period and I have started the pill again. That's a whole topic for another day. Let me know if you want an update on my pill journey and whatnot, because I got pregnant from coming off of the pill by trying to have a break. And obviously I don't want to get pregnant again, but it just defeats the object of me coming off of the pill in the first place, me going back on the pill now. However, I don't really know what to do because you're more fertile. So anyway, I am on the pill. I've been on the pill for a week or two now. A week, yes. And luckily I saved these from when Tom bought them for me because, I'm still getting a bit used to everything. My body's trying to regulate and I am sometimes spotting. So they help for when I'm spotting, I guess. Just for a little bit more peace of mind. They're not needed, they're not necessarily what I would have got myself even now, but because they're in the drawer, I'm using them and putting them to good use. But anyway, I hope this video wasn't too chaotic. I'm going to put Paisley down now and start tidying up. I think Kobe's calmed down, don't know how long for. And yeah, hopefully this video makes it onto YouTube because of my storage, and that's another worry that I have every single time. Like, even when I make the video and then I edit it on my phone, so then exporting it and whatnot before I upload it to YouTube, sometimes that's a stress in itself. But I do love it at the same time. Like, I always come back to YouTube. I've been onto YouTube for like 4 to 6 years and I've had massive breaks, don't get me wrong. But I always come back to it. Whereas I stay on Instagram especially, but like now TikTok, I guess. And yeah, I'm more consistent with that, and I guess you feel more seen and heard. And I just think if I had to prioritize any, like, YouTube consumes a lot, and then I always feel like it's just ruined anyway from me not restarting again. But like I said on a previous video, I'm a mum now. I am not going to restart the video again. Back in the day, like 4 or 5 months ago, I would have literally deleted the video, started again. We don't have time for that anymore. But anyway, subscribe just in case I decide to stay on YouTube. I think I'm definitely going to give it until I go back to work, which is just after Christmas. So stick around anyway. Follow my TikTok and my Instagram just for if I do decide to come off of YouTube. I will always be watching it. I mainly watch YouTube over everything else. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you are a new mum, just, we got this. I wake up every morning and say, we've got this. Go tonight, say I'm proud of myself. Yeah, I will see you next week for a brand new video. Bye bye.